Good evening everyone and welcome to a very special race here tonight. We have a bit of league versus league action and it is ESRL versus PRL. ESRL owned by Scott and PRL. Now in this race we have some custom liveries on show. ESRL have gone with a black and gold livery mainly, although there is a little bit of differentiation between drivers as we can see here. PRL in the primarily blue and red, and the race is around Singapore. Night circuit proving an extremely difficult challenge, certainly to myself and I'm sure to other drivers, but when pulled off correctly, consistent, few mistakes are made. Extremely satisfying bracket race indeed. Now, apologies for the late start, joined with roughly 5 minutes of qualifying left, and we have PRL Shea of, funny enough, PRL on pole position for 1:37.8. In fact, it is PRL currently locking out the front two rows. JJ Rams there in P2, ESRL minute line on Shrug to lead the way. He is on a hot lap, I believe. But third in the stands, starting on P3 as it stands currently. He is 3 tenths roughly off the pace of PRL Shea. PRL Shea actually the only driver right now to be in the 37s. See if anybody can upset that. We have a few drivers down at the bottom there not able to set a time, and Aces is actually out, unfortunately. Woodman, Fuzzwad and Who here not setting a lap just yet. See if we can catch a driver about to start a hot lap. Starting one soon, but there is a PRL driver who has just started the lap, and it is Who here. Going through turns 1 and 2 very smoothly there, a little bit wide in 3, but not the worst case scenario around turn racing Singapore there. It's quite a wide exit, so managed to carry good momentum, getting extremely close to the wall there. I think it was the exit in turn 4, not too familiar with Singapore, so I will be learning with you guys as we go along tonight. Slight messing with brake pads there like today, as Abby, I think there is, yes, Abby goes up to P4 just behind Shrug. So that is the second row lockout currently for ESRL. Did you make a look at it? It looked like he may have just hit a little bump in the road course with it being street circuit. It is not going to be 100% smooth, as there is a yellow flag going to start. So I think that is just for a slow car. Definitely have an instant down there. 2 yellow flag again, I think that is a slow car. As Hume is coming towards end of his lap now, just got to get under the difficult bridge section. Of course, totally blind, so have good faith in driving skills there and make sure you are on point with your precision driving. Just ignore the exit. This looks like it could be around about P10, P11 maybe, and it's P10 exactly. So it's just ahead of Slivery Cow. Slivery Cow, of course, now is actually a championship winner in PRL. He did win the Division 2 Drivers Championship and actually won the Constructors Championship with yours truly. So with that championship experience and a preference for Singapore, he does like Singapore. We'll be hoping here at ESRL he can improve on P11. I say we at the ESRL, I am going to be unbiased and as neutral as possible, despite having my roots with ESRL. I respect Maltese Championship and PRL, they do run a very, very tight ship over there. Both for great leagues, so hoping for some clean driving tonight. Slippery Cow is now coming through Sector 2. It's an Aston Martin, of course we're using custom liveries. Not sure who that is in front of him, but oh, the dirty air there, you can see it just washes out the car's Slippery Cow. The nose just didn't want to turn in there. Definitely a lack of retardation there, as Scott would say. Well, he is getting very close to the walls, maybe making up a few milliseconds here and there. But I dare say this lap won't be a true representation of Cow's pace. See if we can get a little look at the liveries there, some bright green and majorly gold. It's a nice looking car. I do like seeing a custom livery, see what sort of ideas a driver can come up with. Nevertheless, Cow will, whilst wanting to improve, I'm not too sure he'll be able to with that car in front there providing horrible dirty air. I'm sure we saw the effects, we saw the understeering. The Deuce was a little bit right there, missing an apex, but it could be a slight improvement. It is. It's up to P8. Not really the drive Cow would want it there, I'm sure, but nevertheless it's an improvement. As Spallet goes extremely deep there, but he has validated his lap. Seb Marley, however, for PRL. DRS wide open. He was Cow's main title rival in PRL this season, Division 2. But a lot of respect between the two drivers. Little shout out also to the sponsor of ESRL. We are sponsored by Rogue Energy Drinks, much orientated towards like a gaming energy drinks with plenty of flavours. I'm still yet to buy one myself, however I will be looking to purchase one in the very near future. I can give an honest review then of how good it tastes, I'm sure. Okay, so Seb didn't improve on his lap, and obviously with Spallid there invalidating, he won't be able to. Motti coming into the pits, I believe, yes, and Scott, oh no, Scott's in the wall. See bits of the wing there, I'm not sure if he's lost all his wing, but that looked like a pretty hefty collision. Oh yep, he has lost all his wing. I'm sure that was probably the result of spinning up the rear tyres. A little bit too much, trying to chase the lap time obviously, but it's not ended too well there for Scott, I'm afraid. It looks like this will be grid. Just trying to find the link for the stream at the minute. Because YouTube lately has been it's been a little bit temperamental in actually showing up the streams, especially on mine. When I have started the stream, I may have to temporarily restart the stream just to get it working and showing up on YouTube so you guys can actually see it. Nevertheless, we'll quickly go through the running order. There was only 2 cars that managed to get into the 37s, and they are separated. Look at that, 37 hundredths, and both are PRL drivers, so they lock out the front row of the grid. It is an ESRL second row lockout, however, with RS. I believe that's Shane RS on Discord, and Trugster with a 38-1. Qualifying is extremely close there. We got a lot of cars in the 38. It could have been anyone's game really from third down. I think the front 2, they really did develop a little bit of gap there. You can see just over 2 temps. So it would have been difficult for ESRL to break out onto the front row. However, lower down I do know we have Aces starting from the back, who is a quick driver, plays in multiple no assist leagues. So the ESRL part of me hopes he can create a charge from the back of the grid, and obviously for the neutrals as well. It will be very nice to see someone go up through the field at a track which is very difficult to overtake, not huge length in the straights here, a lot of downforce, and it's a wet race, so it's going to have to be a lot of downforce. Look at that, it's torrential rain. We can see standing water there in the pit lane. Guys, this is going to be an exciting race. I'm pretty confident in saying this is full wet. The intermediates will not be any use. Boats and jet skis. Not sure. We'll ask the Imola GP officials what their backup plan was if they had to. Just going to try and invite someone for a co-commentary spot. See if we can get Jack in. Although the crossplay system once again doesn't seem to be working well. So I'm afraid it's just going to have to be me. Okay, so I believe we are going to have a formation lap first, yes, and it is a full wet race. It's looking like a one-stop, two-stop. I think the time lost in the pits, despite having fresher tyres, don't think that'll be enough to offset the time spent in the pits for that second pit stop. So I'll be very surprised if there's more than one pit stop that isn't related to damage here today, tonight even, around Singapore. Okay, so a short run up to turn 1 here around Singapore. With it being wet conditions as well, it will go either two ways. There could be some drivers with an absolutely outstanding start in these conditions, as J-Joe is doing a little bit of Tokyo Drift around Singapore. Wrong city, mate, wrong city, behave yourself. Yeah, there could be some drivers who are specialists in the wet, very good drivers in the wet. They should be able to get a very good start and maybe gain a few positions. Or it will be pretty much as we are, with everyone taking extremely cautious, which you can't blame them. I mean, look at that rain. The amount of grip available at Singapore is pretty much nil point to little anyway. Throw in torrential conditions, it sure looks like a storm out there. And yeah, you're not going to get much. Tall, you have to be extremely patient, you have to be extremely delicate, but you also have to be gutsy, especially if you want to make an overtake around here in the wet. Okay, so I'm thinking who we can jump on board with for the start, and I'm going to say we jump on board with RBM P5. We should be able to get a good look at the front grid there. As we just wait for Scaparo to eventually come around the last corner and drop back a little bit there from Fuzzwad. Expect to see Aces move up relatively quickly, I think. There's a few drivers got incorrect starting positions. So, let's get on board with Abby, guys. Ahead of him, he has Truckster and RS for ESRL, and JJO and PRL Shay fourth, and fourth in PRL. Just wait now for the lights to pop up here at Singapore, as we're reminded again there of the two strategy options today, one stop and a two stop. But like I say, expect the majority, if not all, to be on a one stop. And we have a problem, I do believe. We do have a problem. We have drivers who have left, but nevertheless, that is a storming start there. Who's that for, Scott? It's Scott's AI. Okay, I think this is a little bit of a false start, guys, because a lot of drivers appear to have left there. So I have a very good feeling we're going to have a restart in the lobby. It would surprise me if there isn't, as a lot of PRL guys appear to be that synchronised spraying. The local alley cats will be jealous of that. But I will think this would be a restart in the lobby. But until then, I'm just going to carry on and commentate as normal as I can hear contact. Pretty much everyone. Look at Aces. We did say we should keep an eye on him. Coming from the back of the grid. And he's already up 7 places to P10. There is a bigger achiever there. And who's that? That is Hamilton. Hamilton has spun end contact with the wall. I'm sure he may have made contact going in corner as well, so I'll be surprised if he doesn't hit. He's actually down 11 places, as is Truckster, who looks ghosted. This could be his AI? I'm not too sure. The lobby looks very glitched, as Woodsman will be fighting that, obviously, with them both being from ESRL. Somali down for 3 positions, 13. Just ahead of him is Scaparo in a very jazzy livery, if I say so myself. And ooh, almost has a little snap there. The rear just wouldn't lock up. The front seemed to alright, but looking vulnerable to Sagmani here, I've got to be honest, is Scaparo. Not the greatest start from ESRL. Scaparo goes wide in there. We've got a battle princess and slippery cow. The inside and PRL Motti just on the outside and holds the position. Cow had a little wobble there in the corner of 2. You see he was thinking ahead, trying to get wider entry to the corner and then cut back just like he is here, and they are millimetres away from contact. But I think Cow got a slightly better exit there as well. But they're side by side, as are the two cars, STB and Aces in front. And there could be contact here. There is contact. It's Motti. Motti outbrakes himself and collects Aces. Although Aces has slotted just behind Slippery Cow now, who was the ultimate beneficiary of that small disaster there, I'd say, from Motti. Having a moment as Cow now looking to get past STB. But STB shuts the door relatively early. Brakes very early, and Cow, I think, a slight nudge, but goes round the outside. That is fantastic. Not the spin, but the move. Unfortunate there for STB, just span out as both Aces and Cow look to be maybe combining forces here. That being said, however, there is a lot of action behind, and Truckster, who's had an awful start here, get past Hamilton there. And I think that is Cow. No, that's Aces. Aces has had a moment, and it looks like absolute chaos here, absolute mayhem. And a game of non-binary checkers or dominoes, whatever you want to say, as it's gold car followed by blue, followed by blue, followed by gold. As the two guys going side by side. I think that was Truckster. It is Truckster, but Truckster ghosted there. Very odd. Very odd indeed. As we've already got a penalty, and it's for RS, 5 seconds speeding pit lane. Scarparo again goes wide there on the last corner. I'm going to keep it back here as up front PRL have it under control. Avi is leading the way for ESRL, however, with Spallard and Scott just behind, occupying third, fourth, fifth. Up the back of the grid, it seems to be PRL scrapping amongst each other. They really do start working as a team, try and follow each other. But Seb is really struggling for grip there on that corner. Missed the apex, knows could not turn in, and that's cost him dear time to Scarparo in front, who himself looks vulnerable, doesn't seem to have the car hooked up. Does seem to have settled down a little bit from third back. I don't think Spallard will go for too risky a move. Is that Avi letting him through there, playing the team game? Spallard obviously got a little bit more pace at this point in the race, as there's a yellow flag. I think that's Buzzword having a collision back down there. As Scott's had the collision in a similar position to where he did in qualifying. I think he's lost his wing. He will have to box immediately. It was the corner after that he had a spin qualifying, and he's just gone one sooner, but I think he's been given a saving grace. Is that a safety car? It is a safety car. The safety car is out, and it's only took until lap 3 for there to be an incident big enough to warrant a safety car, as Scott will be extremely glad to get a new wing on. Couldn't even keep it within the lines going into the pits there, as is little A, the grip, B, the understeer. Okay, a few cars pitting. We also got who here pitting. We've got Motti, Hamilton, RS. No, RS is just coming out. Or driving past, STB and QBV. Okay, so not ideal for the front two boys, as they did have, I think it was about 4.1 seconds the lead they had from the closest ESRL driver, Avi, in third there. So it will be a little bit of a pain for them. I can imagine they were probably just about to get in their groove. I think there's a few glitches going on, just looking in both chats now in either league. And it does appear we've got a number of glitches going on. Will they restart the lobby? They could do. It's only lap 5, we haven't been going that long. But of course, as soon as I know, I'll let you know. Okay, so no update yet on whether the lobby is restarting. I'm just going to assume it's not. As I think, well, we've got STB, that must have been glitch. STB, DNF, I think it's stuck in the pit lane. So this is unfortunate. But not a surprise, crossplay has not been a success with this year's game, unfortunately. It's just been riddled with glitches, and some of the races not even starting at all. Drivers just sat on the grid, so it's definitely something that needs to hopefully improve for the new game. Talking of the new game, I'm sure PRL will have multiple leagues running once again, including, I think they're doing a reverse grid championship soon, which is something we also do here at ESRL. But in terms of next year's game for ESRL, there is going to be some big changes. We are having a third division, which is going to be no assist allowed other than the line, and this is to try and get some players in who have taken a little bit of a step to no assist, but can't quite get over that last little bit to practice together and hopefully turn the line off in the future and join the rest of our drivers in the upper two divisions. We'll also be having a PC league, which I'll be running myself. Looking very much forward to that. We've got a few of our regular PlayStation drivers switching over to PC also for next season, so that'll be exciting to see if we can mix them with some new blood. We'll see what sort of business Scott can pull off in the transfer market. I hear he's going to be giving a bit of a war chest this summer, so they'll be doing the complete opposite of what Big Sam does and steadies the ship. They'll be doing what Pep does, going out and buying the best talent available. Other than that, of course, we do have our usual divisions 1 and 2, and I think, if I'm not wrong, JJ Lancer, who is currently P2 here tonight, regular racer and winner in PRL, is joining Division 1 in ESRL for next year's game, so that'll be exciting. Also give a shout out to Ghosts League, who usually commentates on ESRL races. His league, APP, which I sometimes commentate in myself, they are coming towards the end of their last season, I think now before the new game. There's a tight championship there, so all around us we've got some fantastic, brilliant no-assist racing. And although I don't play the game much myself anymore, it's brilliant to watch the guys still, because it is extremely competitive and close in most races. Okay, so the safety car is not in this lap. I think it's going to be next lap it comes in. So we've still got a few cars out at the back who have obviously pitted quite late on. Once the safety car came out, they just need to get up to the back of the grid. And I would imagine next lap we'll be racing. That being said, just note the green wall tyres there. A lot of green wall tyres. Some drivers still on, I say still on wets, have actually now come in for intermediates. Apart from QB, it's all ESRL drivers switching over to the intermediates. Could this be a charge now from ESRL? 7 on the inters as well. Motti on the wets. We've got Scaparo, Aces, Lightery on the inters. Now this could be interesting. 5th, 6th and 7th, all ESRL, all on intermediate tyres, and drivers ahead of them are still on slow compound wet tyres. But it is a gamble. The track still looks extremely wet. Spray is in abundance. So, is it too early? I look forward to finding out. So we are going racing this lap. As PRL Shea holds it, still holding. And I think he's gone now. We are green flag racing as Buzzwad comes in, and so does J-Jo. It's now Slivery right on the back. Buzzwad goes down the inside and takes P2 for ESRL. Shea not pitting there. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. But apart from Buzzwad, we do have 3 ESRL drivers now in top 5. But Scaparro has a little wobble there, and Motti, with probably what is still a superior tyre at this stage, gets the overtake done before the braking zone. Oh, there he goes wide and lets Scaparro back in. The door is open, but Scaparro can't get the power down quick enough to take advantage of that. We've got Spallid, who almost went into the back of Scaparro there, ready to take advantage of any mistake from these 2 drivers in front, although I'm sure he won't put Scaparro at risk too much. No, Scaparro lets off and lets through the faster driver at this stage in the race. Very wise there, good tactics. Just keeping an eye also on PRL Shea, see if he can build a gap as Kev, aka Spallid, goes down the inside there at Motti. Motti just gives him enough room, and both have a little wobble themselves, it seems. Now Spallid will want to get past Motti as soon as possible, and the commentator's curse strikes from Motti as he goes long and now has Avi for company just behind him, but Avi says nope, I'm not waiting around, I'm going straight through he does. Further down, Scaparro in 8 now with 7 just behind him. Scott is also on the intermediate tyres and of course has a fresh wing now as PRL Shea pulled out his gap to 8 seconds now. Is it too early for the instant? Is it still wet? Or has Shea just managed to gather his momentum back better on the restart than the cow? As Aces gets past Buzzwad, it's now a 2-3 for ESRL. And there's a spinner. It's Buzzwad. Buzzwad has had a spin. Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, the little train developing here. Behind Aces. Aces trying to pull Spallid and Abbey with him. See if they can all hunt down Shea and of course Cow together. But it's an interesting dynamic here. ESRL start off great, but since the restart, the drivers have been making a lot of moves. Just for a second there, I thought Aces lost his wing, but it's just hard to see with how dark it is. Nine for the gap from Shea to Slivery, and Slivery to Aces is coming down. The top 3 look pretty set as they are, as Shea sets a new fastest lap, just improved his previous lap. We're into the 58s now, and that is on the wet tyres. Although it is looking considerably drier out there now, not much spray at all coming from the cars in front. Cow has now closed up 8 tenths since the end of the last lap to Shea. So maybe these intermediate tyres now are suited more to the current conditions. It's just a bit of short-term thing for long-term gain. Look at the time coming down all the time now. say the word time again. But literally every corner gap is reducing further and further. Don't be surprised to see Shea box this lap for a set of intermediates, unless he's trying to hold out for the dries, but I need to do something special as he's now got a 3-second time penalty. As JJ, who was set the fastest lap of the session, gets past Hull here. He's got his sights now on Hamilton, of course on the same team, and then ESRL's GFO DTS Ayrton, who is currently holding off Abby. I'm not sure how long he'll be able to hold JJ off. As JJ gets through, Abby lets him sail on by, and JJ now got his next victim in sight. I said a second ago there wasn't much spray, but DTS Ayrton's car is causing a lot of spray as there's multiple points of contact there. DTS Ayrton loitering a little bit on the apex, and JJ wants to get going as Aces just took the fastest lap off Cow, who literally just set it. We're really starting to pick the times up now as GFO goes wide. He's using his battery though, he's really trying to stay ahead. I'm not sure if JJ will be able to go for the move here as there's contact. There's contact. GFO Ayrton brakes a lot sooner than JJ expected, and JJ just plummets into the back of him, and look who's now behind. It was as if it was before the safety car. Shea and JJ for PRL seamlessly together, although has JJ got damage from that? He'd looked to understeer significantly there. I can't see end plate damage, but who knows? Who knows? Slippery Cow has inherited the lead of the race. It is now a 1-2. Excuse me. It's now a 1-2-3-4 for ESRL. A complete ESRL podium. 200 IQ moves there from the top three to pit as soon as the safety car came out for those intermediate tyres. Take a few laps of pain, but look at the rewards now. They are reaping the benefits. Interesting to see if GFO has any damage. I would imagine his rear wing will be damaged. Slows up there and lets Woodman through. Safety flag is there for DTS Ayrton, who slowed down to let his teammate Woodman through. So many cars understeering. I'm not sure whether there's a lot of cars with damage or it's just tricky conditions. As Avi sets the fastest lap once again, Cow had it temporarily, but Avi 55.4. We are getting some very quick times now as Scott gets past Monty. So do quite a few people as Monty is pitting. As Spallid does go past Aces, I think that could have been some team orders there with how simple the move looked. All ESRL have to do, these top three drivers now, is just get a consistent lap time every single lap, and the overwhelming victory is theirs. I can't see, unless there's another safety car, can't see any of the PRL drivers managing to navigate through the traffic that quick at this circuit. As somebody's at the spin, who's that? It's Scott. Scott once again has broken his nose. And tests the wall just to see if it is working. Can we see his leg? Yes, we can see he's wearing a very jazzy outfit there. A lovely pair of legs he has on it. But what it doesn't have is a nose. Because it's broken. It's broken it. In terms of nose, he has no nose. He has negative noses. As Cow, will he be able to hold on to the fastest lap this time? No, no, he won't. Spallid with a 1:53.3. Of course, these two had a fantastic title fight in ESRL this year, Division 2. Spallid did ultimately come out on top, but both drivers deserved it really. It was a good battle, constant exchange in the P1s. Some drama involved as well, but yeah, overall fascinating battle. As I'm sure Scott is going to come into the pits now. The thing about this race, if we do another one as well, which I'm sure we will, considering this has been very clean, so I'm assuming both owners, Scott and Motti, would like to turn this into a regular thing. Maybe we could have a mini championship before the new game comes out. However, 5th place is under threat from a lot of PRL drivers. Being hunted by the rubber hood cheaters. Just gathering round. They're probably calling him names. As far as I know, you ain't having this. It's up to them to force it off them. Grasp that P5. If he falls to one, I would imagine he'll fall to the rest. Whether it be through teamwork or just a loss of momentum, not too sure, but I think Seb could get past it. There's a small gap. No, Seb thinks better of it. Wise. Oh, his head. He doesn't need to, because Scaparo has gone into the wall and lost his wing. Just as Spallid sets a 52.9, the track looks to be getting faster. But it can show just how quick to fight back, and Scaparo has succumbed to the cheaters. And I say that in the literal term of animals, not bending the rules, just in case anyone tries to cancel. There's a bit of overtaking action going on here. Jajo getting past Marley. I think that was just a temporary move there from Seb as there's more rain. It looks like it could be raining again. Is the track about to go from wet to winters back to wets? This would be fantastic if it is. The action, the drama, the yellow flags, the safety cars. Spallid now just 2 seconds, or just under 2 seconds behind Slightery Cow. Lisa's dropping a little bit back there in 3rd, but the positions are sort of irrelevant, to be honest, as this is a league versus league. It's not an individual drivers' championship. That being said, I think Cow and Spallid may treat us to a little battle. Neither driver are the sort to back down. Spallid really is catching the Cow now as he just goes purple in all 3 sectors to provide yet another fastest lap. 52.1 now. As Scott has popped into the pits and he's called it a day. He's had enough of his big scans as RS picks up another penalty. I believe that takes the total up to 8 seconds now. Cripple 1st sector for Spallid. I think it's going to be another fastest lap. Be interesting to see how these two manage their batteries. I think that could ultimately be the difference. No, Cow has let Spallid through. Very mature move there from that. Maybe a young lad, but he's got a wise set of shoulders on him. Unfortunately for him, it's just not his own course tonight. are a 3-second time penalty. We're starting to see a few more penalties now. I think it's, as it started to rain again, it's just made the car a little bit more unpredictable. Obviously hard to slow down, and rotation maybe not quite there. As the dry line has vastly disappeared now, as we've got another penalty. It's Hamilton for PRL this time. I think we'll know when it's time to go back to wets again, because Spallet won't keep setting across the start. Set that, it just goes and sets a 52-1 for Aces. Into the 51s, 51-9. Maybe Aces conserving his battery a bit, waiting for a charge. As Shea has set the fastest lap now at 51.6, that's 3 tenths improvement on Aces. Is this a late charge from PRL? You have to feel it's too late though. Just over halfway through the race now, and 15.4 seconds before around just under 2.5 to the nearest podium position, currently occupied by Aces. Just got to feel it might be a case of too little too late. They are just starting to hammer down now. J-Jo seems to be stuck loitering around the 1.2, 1.3 mark behind Shea. Just doesn't seem to be up to his pace here at Singapore. But nevertheless, like I said, the individual driver positions irrelevant, as Cow gets a 3-second time penalty. That makes him vulnerable to both Aces and Abby, but to be honest, as I was just going to explain, it's irrelevant. Excuse me, it's irrelevant for the drivers where they finish in terms of individual. It's as a collective term, and with one DNF from either league thus far, it really is all to play for, and it's all even as Aces is coming into the pits. Now this is going to be interesting. I've got a feeling it could be a set of wets going on here for Aces. No, it's not. I'm totally wrong. It's the medium tyres. It's the slick tyre compound, and to be fair, I think it could be about time as well, you know. The 150.9 is now the fastest lap. As Aces just pulled off a masterstroke, this changes everything yet again. As soon as we're able to hop on board with him, we will, as he looks to be struggling a bit there from that camera angle. It will all be now on how well he can get the power down. Does he fishtail? Looks relatively smooth considering those medium tyres will be cold. A little bit cautious, this is what you expect. Just come out the pits. Pretty sure he was full throttle there. Not locking up on the brakes. This is a good sign. This is a very good sign. The question is, once those tyres are up to temperature, maybe a few more corners, can he make the rest of the lap count? That early pit stop, the first driver to go on to slick tyres, can he make that count and jump a few positions? All our drivers and PRL's drivers are extremely competitive, so even though, like I've said multiple times, it is more about the league total points haul here tonight, every driver will be one as fast and high up as possible. Now, are Cow and Spallet going to come in? Cow's coming in, Spallet's coming in. Again, I think this is going to be medium compound tyres as Abby comes in. Shea, I would imagine, will also come in. J-Jo is on the medium compound tyre. Seb and Shea are in, as the front two should just be exiting the pits now. Now it's going to be close with Aces, is it? I don't think it's going to be that close, but Aces will have the advantage of tyre temperature now. Let's see if he can jump a few. out the pits now. There's Cow and Abby just coming out. I think Aces just fell short, but what he did do is gain a lot of time to lose cars. Got himself within DRS range? No, not by 1.2, 1.1. So he's nearly there. As PRL comes out pits, and J-Joe, as DRS is enabled, and Cow has just let Aces through. Sorry to switch a lot there, but I believe that is the orders. It's back to these two. J-Joe coming out behind Shay once again. But he does set a purple sector 1. So on the dry tyres, could this now swing in favour of J-Joe in this mini battle here between PRL's top 2 drivers? Several sort of medium contact tyres. There's very few drivers on the wet tyres. Let's have a little look. There's only 2. One, QB is the last to hit onto the dry contact. As who hit is trying to get past Wolfman. That's trucks behind waiting to see if he can take advantage of these two racing each other. Sure, he can for a charge on the top 10. Aces sets a fast lap. We're into the 45s, 45.9. The question is, will Avi let Aces through with that pace? Not too sure, but J-Joe, 44.6. This could be the late charge. Green, yellow flag, who's that? That's Hamilton, as RS just gets through QB there. RS on the medium tyres, and Javi has retired. I believe that was in the pits though. I'm sure it was in the pits, but there's a safety car. There is a safety car, folks. Oh boy, this could be interesting. This will be interesting. Okay, just on the note of the safety car, guys, I don't want to accuse anyone wrongly, but it did look like a very suspicious DNF there. Of course, we were on board with Javi there just before he entered the pits, and although he was going slow, he looked like he had the car under control. So we switched away, just assuming he was going to toddle into the pits. And obviously, when it said he retired, I thought, okay, he's done that at the start of the pit lane. But there's a suspicion that he deliberately put it into the wall to cause a safety car. If so, that is not great. It's not what we want to see. Any sort of underhanded tactics altering the outcome of the race. Whilst it may create for good drama, it's unsportsmanlike, so it is a shame if that is true. However, we aren't going to say any more on that subject. Instead, we're going to gear ourselves up for another safety car restart, this time in dry conditions. Fuzzwadding with the pack, but he is a lapped car. We've got GFO Ayrton, who is looking to catch up to the pack, I think, because he's a while away. It is going to be one more lap for the safety car. I'll be surprised if it comes now with this sort of gap back to 15th place. Okay, so I assume this will be the lap the safety car comes in, and there we go, race control. I've just confirmed that. As we've got a spinner in Woodman, who I think did just cut the wall there, must have real wing damage. Nevertheless, I think we jump on board with 6th place Seb Marley PRL, just so we can get a good look at the restart. So all the cars from ESRL moving in sync there, so I think Spallard has gone. No, I've got my corners mixed up. From that angle there, it looked like the last corner. I do apologise. A little bit premature there. Not only with my ejaculation, it seems. Nevertheless, let's go racing again, as now the loud pedal is hit from the front three of ESRL. I think it's going to be as you were going down into turn 2, because there's the yellow flag already in sector 1. A little bit of squabbling there between Huhe and Motti. As QB gets past Truckster, I believe Truckster is AI. I rarely ever see them use first gear, so I'm just going to ignore this. Pay attention to what's going on ahead. Aces is under pressure from PRL Shay. Shay is looking to spoil the all ESRL podium, as Aces is looking to defend it with all his might. With J-Jo also in the wings there, he's looking to get past Shay. He does manage to get past Shay there on the outside. That is a great move. Seb watching it all from P6. Possibly just biding his time, letting the mayhem unfold as Shay's had a spin. Shay's had a spin into the wall. That's let through a few ESRL cars up to 6th and 7th now in the form of a Cal and Shane RS. Meanwhile, J-Jo has his sights set on Aces. Aces really will want to defend that 3rd place, not only gives himself and of course ESRL more points, but allow the front two of Abby and Spallard to potentially build a gap. So the 1-2 is safe and in the hands of ESRL. J-Jo is a very quick driver, especially around Singapore. He will pick this up well down to 5. Surely. Cal is looking to stick within that second from his PRL title rival, Seb, and when the DRS comes out, which I think should be next line. Aces, however, really is under big pressure here. J-Jo not only all over his gearbox for 2nd and 3rd sectors, trying to get into the head maybe of Aces, but Aces is resilient. He won't let J-Jo fool into any tomfoolery, should we say, for lack of a better word. This is a potential surprise overtaking spot. J-Jo possibly playing the long game there, going in deep on the entry just to come back and do some best possible exit. He really is close now. He want that inside line, but he has to go for the outside. Ace is putting his car in the correct position at all times here, and he absolutely has to if he wants to stay ahead. That corner there looked like it could have been potentially contact over between the two, but they keep it clean. Very, very respectful. This is hard racing here. Ace is doing all he can to hold off the charge of J-Jo. There's now a 3.5 second gap to Abby in 2nd. Ultimately, this does play in the hands of ESRL, so J-Jo will want to get ahead as soon as possible, but if he can, he's low on the battery. See there on his dashboard, and Aces just knows where to put his car at the right moment, just to hold that extra little bit of momentum that J-Jo needs to get the move done. Of course, this will be taking life out of J-Jo's tyres, however. Dirty air as Scamparo has retired. Is that going to force another safety car? Not for the minute, as J-Jo was looking left, then he looked right. Aces has parked on the apex and on the exit there a little bit. He came across quick to the hanger. It seems to have worked, but it's such a short run up to each corner. JJo just can't take advantage of the better exits, but I think he has here. He'll have the inside for the next corner. There's a little bit of contact, wheel banging into bodies as Aces really is trying to hold it around the outside. Will he manage to? It switches up to the inside. There's contact. There is contact. JJo sends Aces around. Oh, that was hairy. That was intense. For the most part, that was brilliant racing. But we have to move on as Slightery, not sure what happened there, but dropped down to 6th. Shane RS now is looking at the back of Seb Marley. Myself will be hoping to go sorry, I'm still catching my breath from that battle of Aces and JJo. That was... it's a shame. It really is a shame to see it end like that. Aces was putting up a magnificent defence. JJo was trying all the different moves. But unfortunately, they just came together. I'm sure it'll be one for the stewards afterwards. Aces were almost forced off the track at one point there. Really was brilliant stuff. I'm sure all the neutrals watching the rest of it probably enjoyed that one. Now it'll be interesting to see JJo close down on E2. Not many laps left at all. We're about 80% through the race now, so yeah, it's going to be tough for JJo to break into that top 2, but what he does do is give 40 points to PRL and holds into that the last podium position. Top 6, however, is dominated by ESRL. 4-2 favour them. Penalties being picked up now. That's who they retires. I believe that one is in the pit lane, so there will not be a safety car this time. As Cal gets past Shane RS due to a spin. Oh, that's unfortunate. Motti gets past, and so does Ace. Ace is now hunting down Motti. Motti is flashing. Using a little bit of battery to defend here against Aces, I'm sure. Aces, I can imagine, not in the best of moods right now. Does seem to be driving fearlessly. Hopefully not too fiercely though. Do need some composure around Singapore as there is a yellow flag set to 3. Is that Woodman? Yes, it is not having a great day, is Woodman. Spad leaves the way from Abby. Abby really close up now. Could make a challenge for a P2. Talking of P2, JJo is not making any inroads at all. As the gap between himself and Abby. That's a look at his slippery cow now. On the back of Seb, these two, like I said earlier, title rivals in PRL's Division 2. Cow coming out on top. Maybe a chance for a redemption. A little bit of revenge. As Shane RS, the safety car has been sprung. I wonder who managed to get into the pits in time to put the softs on. Aces has. And Shay has. question is, what do the top guys do? Do they sacrifice track position for the faster tyres? We will have 2 racing laps, which makes it very tight to get into the pits, change your tyres and get back out at a decent position. This is very, very interesting all of a sudden. So all of a sudden it's been quite a good race we've had every season it seems. And some fantastic racing along the way. Okay, so how many drives will we have on the soft compound? We've got what? We've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4. But first of all, there's certain penalty now. The rest of the drivers will be on those old mediums, of course. So, yeah, it's got 10. Did I see Seb without a nose there? Has he done a Scott? Has he done a Scott and lost his wing? I think he has. He'll be pitting, so there'll be another driver on those soft compound tyres. Okay, so the safety car has just picked up leaders. Dare I say it will come in this lap as well? With the drivers so spread out? Okay, so I wonder how many drivers will actually be able to get up to the leading pack. Because at the minute it's just the top 3. As I think that's Woodman there, the lapped car, appearing as if he's in P4. Motti has joined up. I don't think anybody else will be able to catch up in time as the track goes green. The safety car is in this lap, but the cars aren't allowed to put the loud pedal down. And Trucks' this ghost car there. Oh no. Of course you're not allowed to overtake, are you? Under the safety car, which is... But Aces has done it anyway. No. You can tell there he's been told to get the position back. So it is going to be a 4-car shootout between these guys. That's a shame. As Spalliter's gone, J-Joe is right on the back of Abby. This could get a little bit exciting here. Spalliter looks to have gone slightly deep there as Abby has a wobble. Not like a stroke or anything, his car had a wobble, the rear stepped out on him. But just managed to keep it pointing in the correct direction. Keep that momentum going as Motti has dropped back a little bit, so it is pretty much a 3-car fight now between these 3 guys. So it's 2 representatives from the ESRL, from Spalliter and Abby. J-Joe in P3 really putting the pressure on Abby now. Look to be aggressive just how he was against Aces when we saw Aces have a spin earlier on. So the yellow flag is set to 2. I think that could be Shay think that's Shay that's had a bit of a moment there, as JJ once again got very close to the rear of Abby. Close to contact on his left rear, which would have sent him round the spin, and that would have been 2 assassinations from JJ's side. That was the case, and contact didn't come through. So we're going to have one more racing lap after this one. I'm not quite sure how this is going to go, to be honest. I think Spallin probably does have people wrapped up. He's got an 8-10 gap back to Abby. And JJ will, whilst looks quicker in parts of the circuit than Abby, just not quite consistent enough for me, but does have a pace anyway. But in terms of on-track position, I don't think he has the consistent pace over the entire course of a lap to get Abby here on the 31st and the final lap. Meanwhile, Aces has recovered back up to 5. He's still gained 12 positions this race, so it's not a bad day at the office, or night at the office, should I say. As Seb and Cal, both on soft tyres, of course, fitted late, are back out for P6. Every single point could be crucial here. Back on board for JJ. And off the rear of Abby to see if P2 is going to change hands, or it is going to be an ESRL 1-2. Abby goes very deep and right there, missing the apex. That allows JJ to close up a few times. Straight line speed of Abby is has proved a little bit of a problem for JJ trying to get past, and did once again there. As 6 more corners remain, just need to keep it calm in the top 2. As Shay's retired. I would imagine that is the DNF, but it's going to be Spallid Ron, the Division 2 ESRL champion, to take check flag here at Singapore, and it's Abby who brings home P2. JJ PRL finishing off the top 3, and a well-deserved podium for all 3 drivers. Motti brings home P4. Aces with those soft tyres, mini charge at the end there. He gains 12 positions, and I'm sure will be driving today to finish P5. Seb Marley, solid race from him there, P6. Cal, it looked so promising for him early on. Maybe a little bit disappointed with 7, but still, great race. GFO DTS Ed rounds off the top 8. Trucks Ghost and the retired Shay round off the top 10. Buzzword and Woodman also finish, which is a very good achievement when I've seen it. It's not something I can do myself, so kudos to them. Getting 10 positions between them. So there we are. That is what I hope is the first few races between ESRL and PRL. Very entertaining. Drive, some late moves, and a little bit of controversy, just to add to the spice. Anyhow, thank you everyone who's watching or watching us back for joining. I've had a good time commentating on this, and hopefully see you for the next one. Bye for now.